Well, well, well. Well, it's like the real targets are believing what the fake TI perps and the regular perps are saying about me.
Wow.
Um, so it's like my life, I have to be like punished to, be forced to be in dangerous weather just because the perps bring.
Hold on. The music's not right for this. The music's not right for this.
Brainwash the fake TI perps and the regular perps to believe that I have a bad attitude and that I'm ungrateful.
Bad attitude? No. You've only been kicked out of like 70% of the businesses in Pensacola. It's a widespread government conspiracy. It's not that she's just, mental and incapable of just getting on with people and functioning in a society, which is why we used to have sanitariums for people like this. But no, now she's not the sanitarium's problem. She's your problem. Progress.
And that I take advantage of people's kindness and stuff like that when that's not the case, you know. So they have a lot of.
Oh, that's not the case, guys. Hold on. It's not the case. All right. Oh, well, that's all right then. That's all right then. As long as it's not the case. As long as Candy says it's not the case. But it is the case. Again, this is how you know she's completely nuts, all right? This is where the break is between whatever, if you think she's manipulating things or whatever, this is where the break is, why it's not successful. Because she has no concept of the way that she looks, like how she's coming off. She is unaware that she's crazy. Everything she's saying to her, from her perspective, from all the things that she's read, and remember, she's crazy, so you know all of the things that she's read. Because, we're all shared mind. We're all a shared mind. We all know what each other are thinking, because she knows what you're thinking at all times, because of the voices in her head.
People who are into New Age witchcraft, the occult, and Freemasonry, masquerading as targeted individuals, and they go around perping people on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media. I've even come across at least 2 fake TI perps in person as well. So
Everybody's fake. Have you noticed that with Candy? You are fake. Even if you're like a 10-year bakery veteran, right? You've owned a bakery for 10 years. She walks in there, you get they nice to me usually, they give me free things, and then one day, like you accidentally give her the wrong order or something. Oh, they are fake ass, nasty ass perp. They fake ass bakers, fake ass, nasty ass, perp, faggot ass. Oh, what a horrible person.
and both of them were supposedly homeless as well. So
But I've been coming here for a year. How they ain't gonna know my order when I be coming here for a year? I'll be getting the same stuff every day. Because she's the center of the universe, and everybody takes note. It's like that's what she has, and everybody's infallible, and they can't make mistakes.
it's like I don't like that word drama, but
Oh, don't you?
it's like
But I exist in it. I don't like, Candy, you don't like the word drama the way that fish don't like the word water. You understand? You fucking live in it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you like it or not. Inconsequential.
me trying to get help from
As far as drama goes, like she's a Shakespearean fucking theatre production company. She fucking pumps it out on an industrial scale.
I was able to sleep by the y'all know I got ran off from near 532 West Garden Street. I used to sleep over there for like at least 20 months. And then that guy had that business. All three of those businesses in that same one building, all of them are run by perps.
No, again, that was my last video on Candy. You can see her getting ran off from the police turning up, Candy pretending that she can't hear the police with a sheet over her head, and then they take the sheet off her head, and she's like, "What are you doing? It's assault! It's assault! Oh, poor Candy! Dun 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 dun." It's the same thing again and again. Yeah, it's called Menace to Psychiatry, and if you just go on my YouTube channel, it should be. I don't know. I don't know when you're watching this. A few videos before this one.
And the surrounding places of business over there were run by perps as well.
Music.
So
Music.
you know, they all had the one headlight and also the obvious Illuminati hand signs and everything. So I mean, the black guy who, you know, tried to gaslight me when he was an obvious perp with the red SUV and the funny headlights or one headlight, and then try to tell me straight up, that he's a Christian, and that he would never do such a dirty thing, whatever, you know. So, bottom line, perps don't care about how badly you gotta suffer. And it's like, it's okay for them to get paid and make money, and they get paid to shut you down and make sure that you can't live a decent life. So after I, you know, couldn't.
I mean, you are homeless. I'll give you that. It was raining the other day. And again, I wouldn't adhere being homeless. I'm telling you right now. But again, as far as homelessness goes, situation, even when it was raining, it didn't look that bad. You know, she was under a shelter and it just kind of looked cool. And she's just like, I think she was fake crying myself, personally, when I was looking at it. But, you know, whatever. Like, that's the only bad part about it. And as far as I can tell, it is mostly self-inflicted. Other than that, she's living well. Like, surprisingly well. She eats better than I do, by far. I work too much to eat as well as she does. You understand? I'm trying to keep the money in. I'm trying to actually keep my house and keep myself alive. I'm in a struggle. She's just living. She's just out there living. Steak. Fucking eating at restaurants 3 times a day. Crazy. I eat at a restaurant once a month, if I'm lucky. She's insane. But I can't eat that though because you're just greedy and you want to eat. I'm not believing any of her lies. Sleep deprivation. I've heard that a million times. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Do you know how many times people at the fucking people who work at like the employment agencies and hear this shit? You're not talking to some therapist who's paid to fucking listen to this and agree. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that sounds like it because I can drain you of money for another fucking 10 years rather than just saying, get a fucking job.
Couldn't sleep over there.
Wake up early. You can't wake up, take coffee. Can't take coffee, get up and fucking move around. Get the blood pumping. Go for a jog.
And I couldn't sleep underneath that shelter underneath there. The police
And said Candy will sleep like 19 hours. And they go, and I'm still tired. Yeah, because your fucking body is in a sedentary state. That's what happens. You know, a grizzly bear can mostly sleep for like, what is it, like 6 months, 5 months, something like that.
that girl lied and said that she
Oh, you must feel really awake after that. No, it's just
lied and said that she was one of the owners of that building, which wasn't true. She just came out of nowhere, and she was mad because I put her on film with the manipulating the headlights, and she called the doggone police, and the police just blindly.
I hear that phrase. It's one of her like cartoony phrases. So she's almost like a cartoon character. Doggone, doggone. One of the doggone things. She says that, and then she says another thing which annoys me, which is, you know, it was just my little. She'll refer to something as her little something. It's just my little something. It's to make it sound cute and childish. and I maybe only just I just ate my little old steak. It's like, no, you ate your big fat fucking steak, you greedy monster.
Took her word because they all work perping together. So then I went to try to sleep by the bay, and that lady tried to, the former targeted friend who I thought was targeted and the friend, oh, you can't sleep by the bay. Me and her had the argument, and I went to try to sleep by the ferry terminal thing for at least 2 weeks, and
So she's homeless as well. So she wasn't saying like you can't sleep by the bed, move along. Let's get that straight, right? So that argument, which Candy once again got into, surprise, surprise. Um, I don't, I can't remember the last time I had an argument with someone. Like I get into them every now and then, but um, there's probably someone at work, and it'll just be like a little bicker thing, and I mean like a customer. Not employees. I get on with my employees. I get on with my friends. I get on with people generally. And even if they're a bit of an asshole, I make an effort because it's not worth getting into something, is it? If they cross a line, that's something else. But people generally don't. The thing is, Candy she's got a hair trigger. Anything just sets her off. And that's it. She has to make a fuss. And people just can't be bothered. These people are doing what I'm doing, which is try to be nice, just ignore the smell, nod along, yes, miss, yes, miss. And then she starts making a problem, you see. And then you're like, ugh, now you're my problem for some reason.
everything was fine. The first night I slept over there, it was me, and they had a few other homeless people, which
So
I
yeah,
don't.
that thing with that woman was obviously advice, in my opinion. There goes my dog. Um, it was clearly advice where she's like advising her. God, yeah, he stopped barking. Um, but you maybe shouldn't sleep by the bed. Shut up! Shut up! Maybe you shouldn't sleep by the bed or something. And then she's got into an argument with her over it. Typical.
Feel comfortable with, but it's just later on it was just me and that one lady. I kind of slept with one eye open because after my stuff had already got stolen, I don't trust being around the homeless. So me and that lady slept there that one night, and then for at least 2 weeks. I mean, I had some days in the hotel, but overall, at least about 2 weeks, when I was in the hotel, I was able to sleep there. I mean, I had to forfeit my job. I already told y'all what happened at the YMCA. I can't take showers no more. I'm banned from riding the buses. Can't ride the buses no more. And if I need to go to my storage unit, I had to take a doggone
Doggone.
like $20 to $30 cab or Uber ride over.
What are you got in a storage unit? Again, homeless with a house full of property. She said for like 3 years in a storage unit that's costing her a fortune. She goes, "Don't you tell me what to do with my money." Okay then, but I certainly wouldn't donate to somebody that spends their money so frivolously and ridiculously on stupid stuff like that. Because, to be honest, I think if I gave you 10 grand, it would be gone in a month and you'd be begging again. I don't think you're good with money at all. I don't think you can control yourself. I think you make stupid decisions. I don't think you've got the mental faculties to invest it into yourself properly. You've got like these delusions of the books and this ridiculous stuff, rather than keeping that cleaning job you had and working yourself up to a point where you have a house, security, and a proper life. But then, where would the time for the 400 YouTube videos go? And that's all these YouTube videos are at this point. It's like a manic. It's just another manic thing. It's for my protection. It's not for a protection. It's for a psych. It's like therapy to her, but useless therapy where you're just talking and nothing's getting done. And it's winding your own psychosis up. It's making her worse. like much of therapy does. I don't agree with therapy. Not generally. Like if you're mentally insane and you're visiting like psychiatrists and people who are actually like working on you, but therapy, like general therapy, you know, look at the United States. That's all I'll say. Everybody's got a therapist, and look at the mental state of that country. It's not making them better. It's making them worse. Get your kids in therapy, really. Why is there just does the kid have like paranoid schizophrenia? No, he's just sad sometimes. Right. So you're gonna put him into therapy. Put him into like the medical industry. Well, the fringe of it. Okay, that's your choice. You know, don't know how these kids grew up normal for all these years without therapy.
over there, or if I need to go anywhere else, I need to take a cab or Uber. So I gotta stay downtown most days, and I
A lot of
try
the
to get
people as
that.
well. Just one last point on that. Like there is new agey people who won't take drugs either. So there's the human lived for thousands of years without painkillers and paracetamols, aspirins. So yeah, and therapy. Whoa, what? Maybe people can work things out on their own. Maybe they're sad because they need to change things about their life, the way that they're living, not be taught that to accept it and to live with it, to mask the misery, to use like these tricks, these psychological loopholes to come to terms with something that is otherwise quite easy to change. But hey, that's just a crazy person that doesn't know what they're talking about. I'm not paid. Sorry, I just burped. That was disgusting. I didn't see it coming. It was a coffee burp, poppy burp, fucking opium. um, but yeah, I'm not paid, tens of thousands every week to not sort people's problems. What would I know?
Job in Fort Walton Beach. Well, I mean, it was a different place, but I met up there that's supposed to work somewhere else. That didn't work out. I tried to get this job in Gulf Breeze. That didn't work out. Tried a few other opportunities. That is very hard. Me being homeless, can't get a job, and what do I look like trying to go to a job interview with the same clothes, can't get a bath, and now I'm menstruating. Yeah, I'm gonna say TMI, and I got
She's
clothes
always
in my.
menstruating. She's just menstruating all the time. I remember the last time she wasn't. She's always mentioning it. And I know TMI, and then she like shows the shit on camera. A big fucking turd. A big man turd that she's dropped from all the steak and Domino's.
Storage unit, and I can't carry around more than what I have because then I look like an obvious homeless person and get treated with discrimination. I got banned from at least 3 more places of restaurants and business recently, within the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So, you know,
Yeah, do you want me to show you that? Again, the way that she just phrased that there, it sounds like, oh, she walked in with too many bags and they banned her because she's homeless. How cruel. I could show you the video, but better yet, just go watch that Menace to Psychiatry video I was showing you. Actually, it might not be that one. Anyway, there's she got banned from the business when she started shouting at some employee in there and calling them all, what was it? It was something like sluts. It was like sluts or whores or something because the way that they were dressed. And she's going around, she's making a big fucking scene in there, pacing back and forth, over just some mild inconvenience again. And so they banned her from there because, they've got like 60 other patrons in there and nobody in there, every other one of the people in there are also a person and none of them want to deal with Candy. Nobody wants to sit down for the dinner and have somebody screaming and pacing back and forth and calling people whores and sluts and stinking up the place. Nobody. Nobody wants that. It's not their issue. Everybody's got their own life problems. And then and then she'll go, oh, you should have some sympathy. You should have some sympathy. And then you'll turn around and you go, Yeah, I guess I do. Do you know what you should do? Would you go, whoa, don't tell me what I should do. You ain't got no authority over me. Just give me $10,000. So, all right, so this is a heist. This was just emotional blackmail to get the money. You don't want to help. You don't want ideas. You don't want community. You just want the money. I get it. I get what you're doing now.
I got my ebooks out. I've been trying different avenues of something to better myself independently. And so most other professed targeted individuals, real or fake, they don't pay attention to me, because they heard the rumors, the lies, the smear campaigns. I wish I
No,
had
no, no,
my
no,
computer.
no, no. That's not why, Candy. We watch your videos, and what you say doesn't make sense. The strongest evidence you have for gang stalking are numerous videos of cars with a single headlight. That is the strongest evidence, and it's just ridiculous. It's just not evidence. I used to work fixing cars. Do you know how many cars come in with one headlight? Oh, I'm getting gang stalked. No. Okay, I'm not even going to get into it. It's ridiculous. Oops, sorry, I didn't press that
Computer
video.
charged up and right in front of my face. I can show y'all, and which I have shown y'all, the
Mm.
perps bragging about ruining my reputation in the TI community. That happened like last May or June, or maybe April, May or June of last year, 2020. That the Charles Demiravingian perp who calls himself Vice Handling or Textron or something like that, and trying to brag about ruining my reputation in the TI community and saying it was all over Facebook. That was before I got back on Facebook for because I said I wasn't gonna do no more social media except just YouTube. And then out of desperateness, I got back on Twitter and Facebook, and I got Instagram for the first time.
She was on. She was back on the next day. Do you understand? In fact, it probably wasn't even the next day. There was probably about like 9 hours between that video where she and that was like the third time she's done that as well. Left. I'm leaving YouTube. I'm leaving this. And nobody getting me help. And nobody. And then someone said, "Oh, girl, hang in there, girl. I'm sending you $200." And then she's back.
And trying to reach out for help, and then people thought that I was just a scam and a fraud, and always begging and
I don't think that you're a scammer or a fraud. I think that you're like. This sounds. I don't know. You've got an infantile mentality. It's just the way it is. It's like it's a serious, like psychologically arrested development where she's still got the mind of like a child. And she's walking around, right? She can't handle money. She's got no sort of concept of money. She blames everything on everybody else. The way her outlook on life is based solely on like what's happening to other people and fairness based on like, well, they get that. Why can't I get it? Or everybody's got that. Why can't I have this? It's like that's one of the first things you learn as an adult. Like that is one of the first things you learn. Sorry, to dismiss as an adult, and you just realize that just life is just inherently not fair. It's like rolling a dice and going like, "Why didn't I get a 3? Why didn't I get a 3 and they got a 3?" Then like throwing the dice away. Everyone's gonna get a 3.
stuff like that. But that was after Alex ran me out of Pensacola, and that's when I created I created the Facebook and the Instagram and the new Twitter and stuff in 2020. And the fake TI perps, I mean, it's like I can't tell like an inch of nothing. Like one day I would, that was a fresh account, and I had it for like not even a week or two, and So, I would have to panhandle and ask for money online and in person, like struggling after Alex ran me out of Pensacola, and I was in Mobile, Alabama for almost 3 weeks. And
On top of the check she gets for her SSI, by the way, because she's not crazy, everyone. They're my disabilities. I hear voices because of my disabilities.
created this GoFundMe. The first GoFundMe I had, nobody attacked, and everybody went pushing me up and encouraging me, go get a GoFundMe.
Yeah, because, a one-time help up, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're 19th. The goodwill has the goodwill has run out, Candy. It's just, you can't live like this forever. No one's going to get... Paying for you has become a full-time job. Do you realize that? Like, there's not enough money out the world to support you. Not in the community. These people have their own lives. I mean, she asks for like $500 as if it's nothing. This is what I mean. Do you know, I'd have to be on my death's door, right? I've not eaten for like 28 days before I ask somebody for $500. I wouldn't dare. She's eating 3 times a day and still asking, why are you eating so much? You're homeless. You're supposed to be living rough, but she can't manage her money.
We want to help you. We want to donate to you and stuff. And I was hesitant at first, but they're
If
like,
you ask anything about where the money's going, oh, don't ask that. It's none of your business. It's none of our business. It's people's money. It's my money. It's my financials. No, it's not. You're a charity case. Charities have to, be audited. People have to look at where the money is going in a charity to make sure that, they can retain that tax-free status. And that they're not just running as some sort of, ruthless, profit-driven, That's what you are now. You're a profit-driven charity.
girl, you can, we'll help pitch in and you can get a van to live in or an RV to live in and stuff like that. But
is this going to be a problem as well? But nothing's good enough for her. Nothing's good enough. Hey, there's a house up in Washington. Washington's too cold. Too cold. Can you imagine that? Imagine telling that. They got a fucking house up. I can't live up there. It's too cold. There's too many people. She's walking around shitting in bushes, crying because a hurricane hits 4 times a year. She lives in a hurricane center. I can't do it. Again, childlike mentality.
everybody just changed, and so what happened was, all right, you're this Gonzalez who calls herself Nina Benita Gonzalez. She's somewhere in Los Angeles, and she's friends with the fake T.I. perp Olga Limpkin. So, when I said, that's because I was at some little cafe, and when I was in downtown Mobile, Alabama, and that day somebody had offered me some leftover Chick-fil-A. The employees were eating, and they had some left over, and they.
One thing, a sister says that she can't look in the camera because it reminds her of her sister. I don't think that's it at all. If she's it depends on what she's talking about usually, but she's gotten worse. She used to be able to do it. This is manic behavior. The shaking head, the pacing, the wide-eyed looking around in the world. You see this on paranoid schizophrenics as they try to buzz out audio-visual hallucinations. She's probably hearing voices. You ever notice how she always says, they say, everybody's abandoned me, nobody's talking to me anymore. They said. They sometimes be saying.
Offered it to me, so I said, well, I said I did not need, I didn't have to worry about dinner for the day because, somebody had already, just gave me some free food. And so I said I didn't have to worry about asking for any money for food or for dinner because somebody had gave me some food already. And so Yurda's Gonzalez, where she said was, wait a minute, she gets she gets SSI and food stamps. And I'm like, you don't know
And
what
she
I
gets
get.
food
And she
stamps
seemed
as
like she
well.
was like jealous or frustrated or something. And she did donate me $20, but you know, she been like kind of rude and nasty other times.
Yeah, cause she's giving you money, and then all of a sudden she's found out that you've got money and you got food stamps, and that she's thrown her money away on you instead of homeless people out there who are living in boxes and haven't eaten for days. That Candy calls regular homeless. They look at you like you regular homeless.
Too, like she made it like one time, a time or two, she made
As
like
opposed to just fucking batshit crazy fucking schizos walking around shitting themselves who just can't look after the fucking finances, the money.
rude comments to me on Twitter and YouTube. So that's when, you know, it's like, well, why she getting frustrated about that? So I blocked her, you know, for being like
Another one, I blocked her. Why nobody talking to me? Why ain't nobody talking to me? Candy probably has like 95% of the United States blocked at this point. Anybody that says anything, I've told you. I followed her for months on Twitter. Didn't say a thing to her, just watched her, liked the odd tweet she did. She was talking about rain's coming. Oh no, rain's on its way. Please, I need money. I need this. I need this. Please, this is where you donate to me. And I sent her one tweet, the first tweet, and I just said, "You got that storage unit? You should buy a 1-man tent. They're cheap and lightweight, so you can carry them. And you'd be able to keep it in your storage unit. And when it was sunny, and if it was going to rain or if you knew a hurricane was on its way, you could retrieve it. Blocked, instantly blocked." That's you know, he perping me. He perping me. Don't you tell me what to do about financials. It's just an idea. Yeah, sorry. Uh, fucking psycho.
like rude and stuff. You know, she ain't nice. And so
She ain't
then,
nice. She ain't nice. The way that she says that is sickening. From Candy, fucking public enemy number one.
you know, I had a few other instances, you know, that I would go to, like when I would stay at the Super 6 motel before I got wrongfully banned, I would like go to Texas Roadhouse Grill and get
Wrongfully banned. Like, I don't pick up on it. It's so comical. It really is hilarious. Like, how do I find these fucking nutters? Between her and Jamil Rawls, like, there's lots of crazy, like, people who think that they're target individuals out there, but these two particularly are so cartoony. It's like a fucking catchphrase on a comedy show. It's a joke that everybody's in on. When I was wrongfully banned is just code for like when I made an issue, when I fucking caused an argument somewhere and got thrown out. And my disabilities is or sleep deprivation is just code for schizophrenia.
either some chicken or, you know, it was the early bird dine-in or whatever, the happy hour or something, and $9.99 you can get chicken, you can get fish. I mean, not fish. I don't remember certain dinners you can get, but I got a 6-ounce sirloin steak, and I haven't had steak in quite a few years. Like, and so for $10, I was able to split the dinner.
$10. $10. Again, I've got a full-time job. You know, I don't. You know, it's not that bad. I don't make that bad money. Yeah, I still balk when I have to pay like £10 for something. Granted, £10 is more than $10, I suppose. Yeah, but I've listen, right? I've I've been to the States, all right? I know what the food portions are like over there. They're disgustingly huge. Right, for $10, you get like a mountain on a plate. That's why she's like £500. She's like, oh, it's it's the food. They didn't give me enough food. It's like you don't need enough food. The last thing you need is food.
And then take some home and even save some of the bread. And I already had some peanut butter. I was gonna use bread and peanut butter. I mean those rolls from Texas Roadhouse, and you know, take the rolls and just have that with the peanut butter, or they have some peanuts. You know, they give bags of peanuts. So I
Look at her eyes. Look how her eyes go like wide, and then her head starts tilting back and forth. And
I could have had that for breakfast the next day. So, like when I was in trying to get a cheaper hotel, and if I had food, I
facial
had a
twitches.
refrigerator that I can stretch my food like for the next couple of days. But when out on the streets, I don't have any place to refrigerate anything. It's like I can't carry extra on what I already have because
Yeah, which is why you should be eating at like McDonald's or something. Oh, but that ain't healthy for you. You're living on the streets. Do you understand? Do you want to get out? Do you want to get a house and maybe then start eating well? Or do you just want to eat well and stay on the streets for the rest of your life? Just if someone could just give me $10,000. Jesus, the dollar menu. I assume that's what they call it. Over here, you get the what is it? The. Although that wouldn't be big enough for her, would it? The Mayo chicken. Like I'll have that for my for my fucking dinner. Do you know what I mean? I'll get the Mayo chicken, some fries, and maybe some like little cheese bite things or something like that. Yeah, there's no reason she can't exist on that. It is what it is. You don't like McDonald's, go somewhere else. I'm sure 700 million people have fast food places have similar deals or menu items. Gosh, then she'll end up getting thrown out of the place. But still, maybe she could walk around the drive-through and they'd mistake her as a bus.
if you carry around 2 or 3 different bags and you try to go in a restaurant, they give you hell and they ban you, and it's just
Yeah, because nobody wants your fucking shit all over when they're eating. Dude, fucking hell. See, she right between her and the refugees, they've completely put me off all of these type of things, like eating in restaurants and staying in hotels. I never want to go in a hotel ever again in my life. Do you understand? Ever again. Like the stuff that must go on in those hotels, the filth, the mental illness, scraping the fucking asses across the walls. You can't clean that enough for me to have me stay in that room. You can't. You have to fucking burn the building down.
it's worse downtown, so it's very difficult. I have to only be able to go where I'm welcome. So, that was what really started, them falsely accusing me of scamming people, and they had this middle class pack is with the fake TI perk. I mean, that person said, "Oh, real TIs don't get to eat out at steakhouses a few times a week." And I'm like, what? That was just only. I'm like, you tripping over a $10 steak? That could have been some chicken. So it was just a 6-ounce sirloin. It wasn't.
Yeah, it could have been some chicken. She completely misunderstands it, and then she's like, steak. She sees steak as the luxury item. No, it's the fact that you're spending so much money on food consistently. When you were in hotels, you were getting Domino's. I know how much Domino's costs. Domino's is the most expensive pizza place you could have bought it from. You could have found anywhere. You could have rang anywhere up in Pensacola, some local pizza place, and had them deliver it for half, a quarter of the price. But no, it's gotta be Domino's. And it's gotta be that Chinese restaurant you used to go to. Like, go around places because once again, you're being picky and choosing. I like that. That's my favorite, so I'm buying that. Instead of thinking, well, what's good for saving money? Saving these people's money who are donating to me endlessly. Maybe I should be like conscientious and spend it well rather than just like, buying something to consume and shit out. Because that's all you are right now, Candy, is you're a walking, talking shit machine. Do you understand that? That's what you've been producing for the last, 3 years? I don't know how long before that. All you do is you consume the food grown by hard work labor, and then you shit it out for the sewerage industrial system. That's all you're doing. It's all you're contributing. Get a grip, okay? Look for some help, and you'll be able to like actual contribute to something. But just get a job. You were contributing when you had a job. You were playing a part.
and it was a whole dinner. Like, it wasn't like it was, a whole freaking, T-bone or whatever, New York strip or whatever. I don't even eat steak that much. I'm not even familiar with all the cuts or whatever of
You sound pretty
steak
familiar.
and stuff like that. I mean, and so then when I got my first little royalties from my
There it is. Gee, my first little royalties. I got my first little royalties to make it sound cute and just mine. It's like a girl's little possession. A little girl's possession, like a teddy bear. It's just my little old teddy bear. Just my little teddy bear. No, it doesn't make it more your possession. It's a way of her psychologically guarding that from you. See, well, you got to understand when she says that. Just my little, they're just my little shoes. Oh, little candy.
um some of my ebooks, the online perps were talking about me eating deliciously and illegally. I mean, that was money that was from the ebooks that I sold, and they had a problem with that, and the perps got a problem with me when I would try to treat myself for once. I can't, like, they start flipping and tripping out if I try to go to the beach and make
Flipping,
myself
tripping,
happy.
flipping and tripping and tripping and flipping and flipping and tripping and tripping and flipping.
But then they say I'm always complaining, miserable, negative energy draining, complain too much. And then when I
Yep.
try to do something for myself, trying to do something good, they complain
Yeah, so just doing something for herself. It's always for yourself. Everything you do is for yourself.
about it and, get all angry. So anyway, I'm sorry to ramble on. I'm just trying to go back in history, to talk about how this all started with the smear campaigns and false rumors, about people falsely saying that I'm using people, I'm ungrateful and stuff like that. So they have like a lot of new agers and new agers who profess to be targeting individuals who try to threaten me against speaking out against the new age movement, saying that it's evil and stuff like that. And some of them think that, like, they had this one person who think that she can be gay and Christian and act like as if she's offended by me speaking against, homosexuality and stuff like that, and she's supposed to be targeted. So it's like,
First of all, right, all Candy does is, like, she's inherently just completely demonic and anti-Christian. First of all, she's full of demons. I mean, just look at her. She's fucking flipping around, her eyes wildly looking around. Voices in her fucking head, all this stuff. Secondly, she's one of the most judgmental people I've ever met. And I'm not standing from some sort of, pedestal here either. I'm no clean cookie when it comes to that sort of stuff. I try my best. I sin as much as the next person. Unfortunately, it's the human condition. You just try your best. But I don't think she tries her best. Like, not only is she, like, judgmental, but she thinks she's righteous doing it. That's a bit of a waste of money right there. Sorry, I've just broke something that I created. Oh, well. Yeah, she's it's, well, I'm not going to give some sort of sermon on.
even real TIs go and repeat the slander about me because it's been swirling around, but they have not gotten to get to know me for themselves,
You can't get to know you because you get blocked within like a day. Unless you just give you money and then just stay quiet and just go, yes, Candy, yes, Candy, yes, Candy, while you just explain and talk endlessly. There's no way of being your friend, because if anybody ever tried to give you any sort of like real advice or anything like that, they'd be instantly accused of being like a perp, or be trying to have authority over you. Just people just trying to do things that friends do. So you're too irritable.
And so came across a tweet today, somebody who's called Hack Your Own Mother, and that person was called, I've seen somebody accuse that person of being a perp as well a while back, and it's like, I mean, so she ought to know how it feels to to be called a perp or a fake TI perp or whatever, because she got offended by somebody calling her a perp more than once. So I mean, she tried to say that that she doesn't know for sure, but she just overheard the rumors about me being ungrateful and taking advantage of people's kindness, and people doubt my validity as a TI and saying that I'm a fake TI and stuff like that. Or I've told y'all moments where if somebody donate me money and pretend to be targeted and build up my trust, and then they give me a little money, and then they want to take my phone number, and then we talk on the phone, and then it'd be like, well, delete all your YouTube videos because it makes you look really crazy and stuff like that. And so I get mad and I block them, and then they go be like, well, I try to be nice to Candy, I try to do everything for her, and I try to help her out, and this.
They tried to give you fucking advice. You look crazy. And they're giving you like sneaky advice as well. Basically, they're saying you can keep scamming people if you delete your videos. Although it's not really a scam, is it? Because once again, Candy can't tell that she looks crazy because she is actually crazy. Her behavior to her seems normal. So what they were actually saying was like, if you delete your videos, people might start donating to you again. Because when people look at your videos, Candy, they just think, oh, she's crazy as fuck. Because to everybody that isn't you, it's obvious.
That whatever, and it's like fake TI perps trying to ruin me. So it's like, I deserve to be punished from a safe place to live, because people and being at risk for being out there in dangerous weather. And I already told y'all the stories about the fake people posing as targets, fake TI perps, trying to swindle me and trying to human traffic me to different cities and states. That's another reason why I don't want to leave.
Yeah, she considers human trafficking, by the way, is having her move to another state where she can have like, shelter. So somebody's like, yeah, I've got a place. I've got a, pool house. It's unused. Kids have moved out. You can live in there if you want, Candy. Yeah, we just live in New Jersey. And she's like, I ain't going up no place. I ain't going. When it's cold up there, I can't live in the cold. I gotta be down here in the warm weather. It's like, all right, okay. So you'd rather be homeless than live somewhere with some possible cold weather. They human trafficking me. All right.
And they want to say, get out of Florida. And so if I was in my hometown, New Orleans, y'all wouldn't be saying get out of New Orleans, because y'all would respect that that's my hometown. And you ain't gonna trying to make me look crazy from living in my hometown where I was born and raised. But because I'm in a place away from where I was born and raised, it's easier for y'all to say get out of Florida, because I'm not from here. And y'all refuse to respect that I don't want to be up north, or I don't want to be on the West Coast and stuff like that. I don't want to even go live in Kansas.
Yeah, no, see, this is how picky Candy is on everything, on every single thing. This is why she went to Pointless trying to help her. Okay, the United States is a nation the size of a continent. Okay, it's almost the size of Europe, and Candy has cut off pretty much like 90% of it. She refuses to go to and live in. Up north, too cold. Just the West Coast is just. There was no reason for that. She just cut the West Coast off. Not going to the West Coast. I refuse to even go to Kansas. So basically, she just wants to stay in Pensacola, have $10,000 randomly of somebody, and a place to live. And it's basically, can somebody just do everything for Candy? And set her up exactly where she wants to be, in exactly the way that she wants, and then she'll be happy. Obviously, that's what everybody wants. But while you're at it, guys, could you do that for me as well, please? I'd love to live in like New York. Can you move me to New York, please? Nice apartment out there. All I need is like just $30,000. $30,000. It'll be a nice style for me, please. Telling me, why won't you do that for me? Come on, it's only $35,000. I'll only even need it once. This is her reasoning.
Or nothing like that, you know, because I figured it would be snow and cold. I didn't even like living in Denton, Texas, because in the winter it would be cold, snow.
Yeah, well, so what? Be an adult. It's damn cold and snow. So? I don't like it when it's warm. It happens it's called the summer every year. Sorry. It just happens, Candy. It's life.
And stuff like that.
If somebody can't come to terms with the weather, do you understand that? Like, that's the position that she's in. She can't help her. Psychologically, she can't come to terms with the weather. She can't deal with cold weather. So she just can't deal with anything. She's incapable of dealing with anything. Everything has to be put onto somebody else for somebody else to sort for her. And you can do that in a mental institute.
But I'm striving for independence. Like, I got my ebooks out. I've been, you know, just pulling my hair out, trying to figure out what can I do with my disability.
Do you know what's ironic is that she could actually write so many fucking ebooks from some sort of like care facility.
My hypersensitive ears, and I'm limited on a lot. I'm not gonna say I'm not totally disabled. I can work. It's just that some people won't allow me to certain accommodations, and doctors refuse to write letters. And I have a bachelor's degree in Spanish. I'm still not fluent because of the isolation, and nobody wants to associate with me. Even in my English language, nobody wants to be friends with me. Nobody wants to associate with me because I have a bad personality, according to their smear campaigns.
Oh, it slipped there.
I'm just, you know, they feel like they can't please me or make me happy, and
yep,
it's like narcissistic abuse.
Isn't that essentially what I just said for the entire like video? And you can. You've proven it again and again. This isn't people are saying, and then people saying these nags say. Now this is what people watch and they just see for themselves, Candy. You say it to them. You tell everybody again and again through these situations that the exact same situation again and again. You can't have this many situations with different people. It's you. You're the problem. You're the problem.
What they want me to have, and then try to control me. Like, say for example, if y'all know that I don't like tomatoes on a sandwich, you know, and then you fix my sandwich with the tomato on it, when you know, when I told you numerous times, I do not like, you know.
Listen to her. So entitled. Eat around the tomato, you little child.
Tomatoes on a sandwich.
Just eat around it. Eat around the tomato. Eat around it. I don't like onions. I'll take that back. I like caramelized onions. I don't like fresh onions. It's like crunchy and stuff. I just don't like that. Sometimes I'll buy a pasta dish. Sometimes I get spaghetti bolognese. Onions in there. What do I do? Just, excuse me. Oh, she perping me. She perping me. I just eat around the onions. If I get an onion in my mouth, I just swallow it. I don't think about it, because do you know why? Do you know why? Because I'm not 9 years old, okay? I don't need mommy to cut my food up for me and take the onions out, although it would be nice.
So if you give me tomatoes on a sandwich anyway, and then try to manipulate me, I figure that you're trying to perp me. And narcissistic traits and perping go hand in hand. If I know somebody...
Oh my god, from the biggest narc in the world...
doesn't like tomatoes, then I would respect that. I would respect their dislike for tomatoes. If I want to, you know, and say that if they want to offer to do something nice for me, and then, you know, just try to manipulate and play all kinds of games, you know. But I don't just go and flip out on people and be disrespectful and rude. I try to be nice, even though I suffer sleep, like almost
oh, here we
chronically
go. Sleep deprivation. All my shitty behaviors due to my mental illness. Are you anybody sick of that? That's the biggest narcissist thing ever. I know I'd be calling you a piece of shit and stuff and telling you shut the fuck, but it's my mental illness. Fuck off.
and stuff like that. And so more than one TI is like, even the real ones got it's swirling around in circles. And I said that's Charles Demirovingian and Vice Handler. I don't know if they're the same person or two different people. Work with Alex Dupree and all the other online perps, falsely accusing me of having a bad attitude and being ungrateful and having a not likable personality. But whatever happened to people saying, "Oh, you're such a beautiful soul," and you
It's meaningless.
I can
When
tell
people
you.
say shit like that, it's meaningless. Oh, you're a beautiful soul, girl. You angelic. Your aura, it's shining. I can see your aura. It's bullshit, Candy. You know if you've got a beautiful soul and if you're great personality, people will be around you. People will try to be around you. Like me. Everybody wants to be around me. Everyone loves me.
You have light in you. I can tell you. I can tell that God is with you, and stuff like that. And then they turn around and they turn around and start acting like a perp, or they start to get very controlling, like telling me get rid of your storage unit and stuff like that.
Yeah, get rid of your storage unit. It's good advice again. Something like, again, she could never have a friend because any friend that gave her any advice would be accused of being controlling. I used to have this white car. It was a piece of shit. And I remember when my friend said, like, you need to get rid of this thing. It's a piece of fucking shit. It was just a fucking comment, you know? Something had gone wrong in it. And yeah, he was right. I didn't freak out. I was like, yeah, I know. It's cheap to run though. But he was right. It was costing me too much money. It was good advice. I kept putting money into it. When I got rid of it, it saved me money. He wasn't being controlling. I wasn't trying to control my finances. If you've got a friend, if they're actually a friend, they'll be able to say things that to you without you flipping out. Otherwise, you're not a friend. You're just probably using them as some sort of acquaintance.
live at this place. So, I mean, I remember they had a black female. Well, she was playing all kinds of games, and she tried to bait me in by trying to lie and say that her landlord understands targeting. If your landlord would understand targeting, he would be targeted too, and he probably wouldn't even probably would have lost his position as a landlord. But it's like, even though they deprive and sabotage.
What you mean from the landlord commission? He's going to lose his position as a landlord from the Landlord Institute. We're afraid that you've been kicked from the bar. We're removing you from the Landlord Bar of New York. Sorry. Not quite sure that's how it works, Candy.
I'm still trying to fight for my freedoms to survive, and I mean, especially after having better, I don't want to say awakening, but because I don't want that sounds kind of new age, but I have better knowledge about this program. Like I was able to put the pieces of the puzzle together, but I still don't know everything about it, and I still have a lot to learn. And I'm hindered from learning so much because so many people are against me and have me blocked, or I got to get mad at them and have them blocked. And so, I had a situation with Shayla Avance, in which Lisa T.I., before he passed away, I said he because he's transgender, he told me over the phone that Shayla is and what's the other one? Karen Melton Stewart and all them, that they're fake TI perps and racist. And so
Racists, of course. The old
as I said,
go-to.
Shayla tried to set me up to go live in Chicago. Like, well, I asked her for advice, but I didn't know she was. I didn't even realize. Cause see, I don't want to just go off rumors. I'd rather go off personal experience. And so she, suggested I go, when I asked her, like, I was at wit's end, like, what do I do in my homeless situation and stuff like that. And she tried to suggest that I go live, by somebody who's supposedly targeted with a name called Hell's Bells. If I'm a Christian, I can't live with somebody that calls themselves username Hell's Bells. And then it took me a while to catch on that I'm like, how did I not catch that before when she got a picture of herself? I mean, not herself, but
Also, why not? like Hell's Bells is like a song from like AC/DC and that, and I get it, like the occult and all this stuff, but you know, God damn it. Like, you know, are you gonna be sent to hell if you live in Hell's Kitchen? You know that area. Like, you know, if God is all powerful and all knowing, you've got to assume that he's going to like get context of some of this stuff. I mean, you know, I'm not a prophet, but I'm guessing.
But she has a picture of an icon on Twitter with the one eye symbolism. So, you know, she was feuding with another target on Twitter, and I didn't know that they were feuding, and I was retweeting the other lady's tweets, you know, and I didn't know that they were feuding with each other, because I guess with you know, I didn't see ats, like the at sign in the person's name. It looked like just subtweets or whatever, and I thought the lady was just doing the usual venting out, you know, her frustrations about the targeting program. So Shayla threatened to block me because she saw me retweeting the other lady, and so then I didn't know that they were feuding until after a while, and so then Shayla, I mean, she threatened to block me, and then I mean, for me to deal with this Hurricane Nick in the rain and stuff, it's like I already had the feud with the people on YouTube and that fake friend or whatever, and so now it's like adding to more of the false rumors and smear campaigns about me being ungrateful and a user and a scammer and stuff like that, which is not true. And then they try to make it like as if they've been burned and been hurt by me and stuff like that. When, as I said, you know, they try to wait till they give me a little money and then turn around and flip out and show perp tendencies just to further their smear campaign, so I can't have support, and it just to keep me down and just manipulating, playing all kinds of games. So anyway, she said, oh yeah, I was about to, right? She tried to make it like she was butthurt, saying that I was about to give her $100, but then I realized I was blocked and stuff like that. And then she said, oh, yeah, I'm gonna take all her so she took down my, she had a list on her website about the GoFundMe, my GoFundMe and my ebook. Like, I felt like for a while I thought she stood me up because she donated me $25 back then, but I didn't even know that she was into the occult or something like that. You got that one eye symbolism. I didn't even catch on, but like, it's like y'all masquerading as targeted individuals and y'all do witchcraft, you know. So it's like a lot of new agers and witches and the fake TI perps, you know, who masquerade as real, and then, you know, they try to give me money so that they think that they can manipulate and control me, and then when I get frustrated, they call me ungrateful and stuff like that, you know. And those are the main ones. Some people be trying to human traffic me, like try to bait me into human traffic me, like saying, come and live by me in Wyoming and you got everything set.
Yeah, what a prize. This Candy shows up.
You live with me for free and stuff like that. And then they turn around and start to act like a perp. And so then, like,
Start to act like a perp. When she's like, all right then, I'll need to bring all of my stuff from there. Damn it, it's happening again. This happens every day with fucking Discord. It starts like getting slow, and then the connection gets weird. The internet's still on. Still on. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know, they're probably like, you're gonna have to get rid of that stuff out of your storage unit because I don't have any place for that in this house. So, oh, they perping. They acting like a perp. They want to me get rid of all my trash.
I don't trust that because, I mean, you a single guy, you know, trying to human traffic me, and then you call yourself a voodoo god and stuff. Like, if you live in Chicago, or you might live in freaking Sacramento or something like that. I already lived in Los Angeles. So
And I already lived in Los Angeles, and look at that face. Big fucking flat head at the back.
So now, I mean, and I had a feud with the other person on Twitter. So it's like, I'm having all these altercations and feuds with real and fake TIs because of the smear campaigns and rumors of me crying out for help to try to stay safe from bad weather, like the Hurricane Nick or tropical. It never. I don't think it made a hurricane, but we got all this rain and still got more rain and flash flooding. So I deserve to have like my my life in danger at risk for flash flooding and tornadoes and whatever just because of twisted rumors. As I said, the perps originally started these lies, and Hack Your Own Mother
Nobody
person, she
care.
tried to
Nobody.
say that
You're no one's problem. All right. You're not my child. I care in as much that I'm like, oh, this is tragic for this human being, and I may have donated at some point if I was foolish enough. Now I'd know that caring isn't enough for you, Candy. Giving you money isn't going to solve anything. You'll be in the same position tomorrow as you are today. The only thing that'll get you help is a mental facility, and the only way there is for people to stop donating to you. That's the reality.
oh yeah, the rumors are.
And nobody told us that. The program didn't tell us that. The perps didn't tell us that. You did with your actions. The same reason that you're in the position that you're in right now. It's solely down to your actions and your decisions. Take some responsibility. Every single thing in your life is somebody else's fault. I was banned here because of them. I was banned there because of them. I can't ride the buses because of this person. I can't do this because of that person. These people are perping me. That person's perping me. You've never been wrong. It's pathetic. It's childish.
They're all over Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube that she's ungrateful and that she's done, that people gave her money and people did this, that, whatever, and stuff like that. And they're already saying, don't give Candy no money. And it's like, that's a number one perp thing to do is, trying to make sure that don't help the target. I show y'all my videos of my proof of my gang stalking.
Yeah. All right.
So I know I don't want it to run to a new video, so I'm going to go now.
Yeah. So that was that. I think I'll wrap that up for today. That's Candy Grandpre's video, and a bit of I don't know, probably a last say on it, because honestly I'm so tired of this fucking shit. It's ridiculous with her. She's just it's if you want every single video of hers has been the exact same video for like 10 fucking months. Opens up, this is what I ate. This is why everything's unfair. This is the person I fell out with today. Trashes her sister a little bit, and then fucking, I'll see y'all later. Then she makes another one, open talk, the exact same thing. Yeah. I'll see you later.